This is the 5th movie I've made recently where we try to understand technical diagrams drawn in crops by friendly extraterrestrials by building models of those diagrams and see how they behave in a laboratory. So we know that they fly through space using a magnetic spinning propeller like that, like a boat propeller, and those are lines of magnetic force which you can see there, pretty clear. And typically they generate such forces using a rotating magnetic field and 6-wire coils, which makes the magnet spin and lift up in the middle. Supposedly that's what makes the UFO lift up. So I've built that model here. We have 6-wire coils with 3-phase power arranged as UU, VV, WW. I have a 70mm magnet with a 14mm hole in the middle on a 6.3mm aluminum rod. And we have a silicone ball here, 20mm, which will take the force from that magnet and transmit it to the rod without many frictional losses. And there's a stop here to hold it. So we're going to turn the magnet on, make it lift up with spin. We'll see how much upward force there is on the rod and how much Newtonian downward force there is, which might possibly cancel the effect. If there's an imbalance between those two values, then we have UFO levitation. Now what we find for this device of 6-wire coils with 3-phase power arranged as UU, VV, WW, 70mm magnet in the middle, a little silicone bead and a stop on a scale. There's no change of weight when the magnet spins and the rod rises up. There's no Newtonian down reaction from that. But then if I pull the rod downward, then you see a lot of force. And let's see if we can measure that more accurately. We can measure the upward force of this magnet and silicone bead and pole by adding a second stop up here and seeing how much downward force we get as a reaction to rising against that second stop. We start with the scale at 0. We'll turn on the rotation. It rises up a bit. We immediately get 200 grams as it hits the second stop. Speed it up a bit. 300 grams, 400 grams, 500 grams, 600 grams, 800 grams, 1,000 grams basically. So that's how much upward force the spin motion is applying with the magnet and the bead and the pole. Next, if we move the stop further downward so it doesn't make contact with anything and spin again starting from 0, we can see how much downward force there is. The magnet starts spinning, then it rises up. There's no downward force. There's essentially no Newtonian back reaction. And you can see the rod's not spinning either. But there is a lot of force. If you push it down, it'll rise back up again by up to a kilogram. That's very interesting, isn't it? So we have an imbalance of the upward and the downward forces that may be related to UFO levitation.